to pray. There's no angels where I go, only pieces that are broken, scattered dreams across the floor. I'm home.
Alrighty, hello everybody, this is Show here. Now, when we last left off, we had the end of the sports festival. Bakugo came in first place, Kirishima came in second, and I do want to say that Tetsu or Ibara would have come in third. Now then, President Mike would go on saying that these young heroes have won the competition today. Now, due to that, they will be getting their awards, as Best Genus would step in. President Mike would go on saying that it's the number 2 hero, Best Genus. People are confused at where Endeavor is. President Mike would have to explain that with whatever happened with with the incident to the USJ, Endeavor is actually taking time off to properly mourn. That actually somewhat surprises people, as that man's a workaholic. Now, Endeavor is basically realizing that with All Might's death, along with his son, not only is his super weapon, he calls it, gone, so is the entire purpose. Now he feels like a shitty father. Now then, back to the award ceremony. Best Genus is actually handing out medals, and this is whenever let's say that the display thing, that giant screen, it actually starts flickering, as there is a man there. The man is sitting in a chair. Kirishima immediately looks up as he sees exactly what's going on. He is in shock as he realizes just what's happening. This is whenever Shinsho would actually walk in a frame, and he just starts talking. He would just say, "Hello everyone." Now, before we begin, as people would begin responding. Some people are actually succumbing to the mind control, and everyone is in shock. A lot of viewers are confused about what's going on, and Shinsho would actually just start talking again. Now, this is actually a live feed. He would just say, "They have a little interest. In fact, I am being blackmailed by the League of Villains. I'm not the only one, however," as he would immediately just point over to not Bakugo, but Kirishima, saying he has a particular interest in this. Now, the feed would immediately cut to what happened with Kirishima in that factory, with him killing the man with his bare hands. This immediately shocks everyone as Bakugo immediately starts swinging his hand to actually fight Kirishima. This is whenever Deku would immediately step in, actually turning Bakugo's wrist as he runs by against his gut, blasting him into the person who got number 3. A portal would immediately open up behind them, and they would be immediately put into the bar. As that happens, Deku, he actually does make his presence known. He basically lifts up his hand saying, if anyone moves or tries to take a shot at him, they'll die. Now, let's say that the pro hero, Professor Snipe, I think his name was, he actually does lift his gun, but that is whenever he gets heavily coated in acid and begins screaming. He immediately turns around, seeing that the girl in the hoodie behind him, well, I do believe they were in separate places, but he basically walked to the front and realized that the girl behind him was actually Mina Ashido. Somehow she managed to get past security. Now, with that, Deku would immediately take off his mask, and Mina would jump up, basically ripping off what she's wearing, as she would reveal her outfit. Everyone in 1A is shocked, thinking that that's not possible. They got in? How? As Deku, he watches as Mina turns on full cowling and begins spraying acid immediately into the crowd. she's dousing people heavily as the heroes are trying to intervene and actually get civilians safe. Now, she's actually drawing attention as we have Kirishima dropped to his knees crying. Shinjo would just immediately run over, telling him that they don't have time for that now. As Deku, he immediately walks over and he actually grabs the nearest student, Ayama. He immediately just walks over and picks up the microphone, just yelling for everyone's attention. He basically yells that if anyone thinks that if any heroes want to leave or try and take this place down, will take us all down, then you have to do one simple thing. Let this boy die. As Deku just he basically just grabs on Ayama's throat, basically ripping into it. As Ayama immediately falls over and begins dying. Heroes are in shock as they all rush in and actually try and help him, along with the fact that they would also bring him to Recover Girl. Now, he would actually die from his injuries about 1 to 2 minutes later. Now, with that, I want to say Jiro and Toru, these two would basically try and fight Deku, or at least sneak up on him. But with the fact that his new quirk basically makes him fast enough to dodge Jiro's attacks, this would not work very well. Along with Deku basically using a knife to basically run by and slash at the heroes who do try and stop him. Now, Deku would basically capture Toru and Jiro and basically just... Basically, he would just wrap Jiro's cords around Toru, stopping anything she's trying to do. Another portal would open up as Deku just pushes them in. Now, Deku actually looks up into the crowd as he sees Mina, and he immediately just runs in, and he actually does stab into the hero. Now, I don't remember what this hero's actual name was, but he was actually in the Sledgeville attack incident. He's that guy who had those, barriers on his hands and was very, very strong. Along with the fact that he did have that blue jacket, and he also did have a bandana with his hair spiked up. Now, with that, Deku, he would have immediately stabbed into his back and killed him. Now, he would have just have announced to everyone that if they all don't shut up, then they all die. As he would immediately just bring his hands down, actually just making his decay spread fast enough forward to basically just completely take out that side of the arena, killing a lot of civilians. Now, with that, Deku, he immediately just starts by walking back over to Shinsho, telling him that he did very well and to order everyone under his mind control to attack people, cause chaos, have fun. He does so as Kirishima, he just looks on in horror, saying that this is not what he thought was going to happen. Deku just sighs as he just says that you're a villain now. Get used to it. Shinsho, you seriously can't be... No. As Kirishima is now brainwashed. He is immediately pissed off, as he is ordered to kill people and fight heroes. He would begin doing so, but you can tell he's crying, and he does not want to do this. Now, with that, Muskie would actually arrive, and he's having quite a bit of fun trying to lay in and tear apart heroes. In fact, he actually does start fighting with President Mike, as President Mike would just quite simply scream as loud as he can until he not only would take out Muscular's ears, Muscular can no longer hear him. He would just walk forward and just immediately just rip President Mike into 2 pieces, killing him. Midnight and Cementos would actually try springing into action along with the Ghost Hero, but Mina and Deku would just take out Cementos, turning him into a puddle, killing him. And Midnight, Deku would just immediately run in as he basically would just uppercut her, sending her flying. As he would run over and actually basically catch her. Well, not catch her, but she would smash into the ground, breaking a lot of different bones in her body, but Deku would just pick her up and just throw her through the portal. Now, along with that, let's see. He already captured Bakugo, Ibara, or Kendo, Jiro, Toru, Deku. He is immediately looking around as Momo immediately just starts swinging something at him. Deku barely sees this and he actually doesn't have time to dodge. As soon as he does start dodging though, she would actually hit him in the side of his face, disorienting him, not his entire head. Momo is pissed off, saying that because of him, her chances to become a hero are basically lessened, and ruined. Well, you see, you would be a good villain, actually. I'm not becoming a villain. Your loss. As Deku, he immediately just moves around and immediately just comes behind her. She's in shock, thinking that this can't be real, right? Deku immediately just erases her quirk as she tries to use it. She actually did try creating like a baton or something to basically hit Deku with, but it's not working. She immediately turns around as Deku brings his hand up to her throat, holding it there as she sees the way his quirk is. Erase her heads. Yes. Quite flashy, in fact. The ability to erase quirks is very useful. You don't know how many times it's come in handy. Why? Because I can. As Deku, he just brings his other finger down, finally taking out Momo, by immediately just turning her into a pile of dust. Well, not much of a hero. Hard to be one when you only have one hand. Now then, as he immediately just starts punching off his hands, looking around seeing what else they can do. He sees Kirishima actually fighting with Tetsu as these two are basically going back and forth. Tetsu screaming at him as he is just saying that, bro, that's very stupid that you did that, you can't believe you killed that guy, can't believe you're involved with the League. Deku would just erase Tetsu's quirk as Kirishima actually punches into him and actually goes through his chest, killing him. Now, as that happens, Deku, he's looking around and he's very pleased with himself. This is one of our best geniuses, would try and step in against him, while all the ectoplasms are trying to protect civilians. As that's happening, Deku, he would just watch his best genius, would basically just basically wrap his hands together, and Deku, he just erases best genius quirk. The wires immediately just fall as Deku just blitzes him. He does so and he actually grabs him by the hands and begins decaying them, as he basically just forces best genius to the ground and immediately just starts stomping on his head. Now, with that, he would kill best genius. Now, this is whenever Deku, he would immediately run over, telling Mina that they're done here. Oh, come on, I was just laying into the phantom guy. You know what? Let's kill him at least. There we go. As she immediately just grabs Deku, pulling him into a kiss. People are confused, and this is whenever let's say if the film crew filming the sports festival would actually be able to see them. Deku, he would immediately turn his head as he sees them, and he immediately just goes from that one location to directly in front of them, grabbing the camera and immediately just holding it up. Hello everyone, watching from home. Now, you may be confused, but don't get this wrong. This isn't staged, this isn't fake, it's not anything. In fact, let me prove it, as he immediately just grabs the news anchor and begins by just decaying her throat as he just rips it off. And he just basically kills her. Now, before I begin, Most of you have no idea who I am. I am King Nothing. That is my girl, Alien Queen. We've made quite the rise in the underworld. However, I think you guys better know me as the one who tossed in Ingenium All Might's head, along with killing his younger brother. Now, along with that, I want to say one thing. Heroes are so annoying. Now, what I mean by annoying is anytime people do anything wrong, they just blame it on a villain. For example, what I'm doing now. You may all think it's wrong, but I'm actually doing something good. Hero Society is a cancer on anything at all, bound to collapse and just quite simply fuck us all over. Now, my quirk, Decay. Destroy and rip apart every atom that I can touch. Basically, destroying that cancer. I am not here to kill, maim, or harm people. I'm quite simply just purging what's trying to kill us. As Deku, he just hands the camera back to the man and just says, "Have fun. Get my good side." As he immediately just runs back in, erasing the hero's quirk as his duplicates just fall to the ground in a puddle. Deku just basically just jumps upwards, grabbing the man and immediately just smashing him into the ground as Mina comes in, punching at him as hard as she can as she just lays into him with more acid, killing the Phantom Hero. Now then, with that, who's still left alive? Yeah, I believe he's still alive. Ugh. Let's see. Yeah, I want to say Cementos. No, Cementos is dead. Ugh. Yeah, let's say that the support hero or that one bulldozer guy. No, Sugar Man, there we go. The guy who has the sugar quirk, he's actually trying to fight against Deku. And Deku quite simply just puts his hands behind his head as he just starts dodging and dodging and dodging. Pissing the guy off, he just asks, "What gets you off on killing everyone?" "Oh, I don't get off on it. I just consider it a pastime." "You're joking." "No, actually," as Deku immediately just taps on his chin and it just starts decaying. He immediately drops to his knees screaming as Deku just says, "Oh, don't worry. That won't hurt for long." As he just kicks it. Basically knocking his chin off, the man, well, Sugar Guy just starts screaming as he's in constant agony. Deku just brings his hand up, grabbing his face, and it immediately just starts tearing apart the flesh as it begins rotting. He stops screaming after a minute as Deku just drops him to the ground. Now, Mina is still laying into the Phantom Hero, and he is finally dead. Now then, with that, Deku, he thinks that they did a good job, and either people are going to be dead, people are gone, or they just captured enough people. How many people do you think we have? Well, there's this 2, 4, midnight. I think we have enough. Oh, really? Alrighty then. As Deku, he immediately just looks toward the camera as he just starts doing this. He brings his hand up, basically just waving sayonara as he just immediately just jumps backwards, falling into a portal. Mina immediately just jumps through a portal of her own as the villains begin retreating. Now then, Kirishima and Shinsho would be brought with a portal. Deku would just basically look through it as he's holding out his hand. Shinsho just immediately stands up, actually running that direction, as he turns around and shoots Kirishima. Kirishima's on his knees, while he's still covered in Tetsu's blood, staring at his hands at what happened. Heroes begin running over as Shinsho just immediately just basically runs back over, grabbing him, and basically pulling him through, as they are now falling into the villain's base. Deku would just say, "Good choice." Now, first off, as Hiyame begins by running around, tying up everyone who's unconscious. We should get Bakugo in chains soon. If he wakes up, he's going to use his quirk. Alrighty, so, what do we plan on doing next? Well, I basically just made it public knowledge about who we are. So, why don't we have a little fun? Kid, your plans just get crazier and crazier. I like them. Damn right they do. Now, that is where I'm going to be leaving things off of, guys. I do hope you enjoyed the video and have an amazing day. I will try to record another part soon.